Call to order the Public Works and Utility Committee meeting at the Lisbon Village Hall on Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 at 5:01 p.m. Roll call, please.
Chair Trustee Moonen,
Present.
Committee Member Miller, here. Committee Member Eberly,
Here.
Committee Member Pless,
Here.
Engineer Neitzel is running late, Administrator Green,
Here.
DPW Director Willikowski,
Here.
DC Finance Trumper,
Here.
and Clerk Capuzza to record the minutes. We are awaiting Trustee Beal.
All right, we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3, citizens' comments. Anyone wishing to speak, please stand at the podium and state your name and address.
Anyone? There's no one present on Zoom.
No one present on Zoom. All right, last call for citizen comment. Hearing none. Item 4, approval of the meeting minutes. 11/18/2025 was our last Public Works meeting. It's in your packet. Any questions, comments, or motion to approve?
Motion to approve as presented.
Motion made by Mr. Everly.
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Plus. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. All right, departmental reports. Department of Public Works, DPW Director Willikowski.
Evening. So we had a bunch of winter weather events, a total of 16 for December. Winter came early this year, so that's been a lot of fun. And then we had a bunch of truck repairs going on. We kind of hurried in getting snowplows ready and stuff for its fall. So been busy with that. We a bunch of salt deliveries and we've been working in the shop. Or where we wrench on equipment and trucks, kind of organizing and moving stuff around and making a fab table and pallet racking and all that. So drop work and truck repair primarily with snow events. For the parks, they ended up getting this cross-country ski trails groomed a few times, and the ice skating rink's been open on and off, but it looks like it'll stay open for quite some time here. So that's a plus, and they were all following with us also. And then for me, bunch of winter storm reports, worked on calibrating plow trucks for salting. The DPW got the new air compressor for the shop, and that's all up and going and working awesome. And then when I type this up, we got 3 of the 4 furnaces installed, but now we got all 4 of them installed. So that's completed and worked on the 2026 crack fill and chip seal list, and ordered a new plow truck that should be coming in the next month or so. Chassis, nothing plow, but the chassis of the truck will be coming within a month. And then just prepping office stuff for 2026. Any questions?
I just had a question. Is, all this stuff on the news about salt at Jones Island, or is that real, or is that just that they cut off all the private guys?
I'd say, yeah, I mean, I know like Walker Shaw's coming into the shop on K there.
Yeah.
Salt ship that be open right now. They're waiting until February at some time, I believe, to get their fill up. So it's just been shortage and going around. So
It's not as bad as it was it 10-15 years ago, where
yeah,
they were sending, thank God.
But I think
they were sending trucks down to St. Louis.
yeah, I know the private guys are running all everyone's trying to get salt Ohio
Okay,
and all that. So
but you're okay.
we're
Okay, thank you. And I will say, you guys have been doing a fantastic job. I mean, especially given the conditions out there with the wind and the ice. Thank you.
Do you want to talk about the core samples? I don't think a lot of people,
Oh, sorry.
I don't think a lot of people
Oh,
know
yeah.
we do that.
This
That was November,
previous one.
November.
November. Yeah, so when talking with Mitch, we for him to get a quote or kind of see what the base of roads are that are older from the nineties. He said that sometimes they only put 2 inches of asphalt down, no gravel type of thing, so it was kind of hard for him to assume, you know, what the road thickness is for, you know, the older roads that we're looking at paving, and so we have a core bid, and I thought maybe we give it a try, just seeing what, you know, maybe we can try figuring out to see if we can core it versus then hiring a company to come in and core sample it also. Well, we were able to do it and try to figure out the depth for him and send them the information that, you know, roughly the estimate thickness of asphalt and how much gravel was underneath it. So kind of gives them a better idea for, you know, kind of what the cost for roads, you know, so. We don't like it says anything, we do core samples of them, so I just picked the best spots, kind of averaged down the streets and. Stuck the average, some spots were 3 inches, some spots were 4, so they all kind of ranged and I think it's. I don't know why it's that way, you know, so they just graded the road back then, but there was gravel underneath them, so a decent amount of gravel, so. Something maybe we'll do going forward, maybe a little bit more if we get a decent core sample bit, a core drill, actually, so we can see. And we can give them that information, so they. Get a bit more accurate. Maybe.
Are you actually getting into the base?
Yeah, we can go in like, we only get one down. 6-7 inches under the old asphalt, so. Till it gets down that far, that's blocks up and that's stuck in the road and.
Did you say 6 inches under the asphalt?
Yeah.
So you got a 1 foot bid or something?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah,
15 inch, I think, but
good.
it only goes down so far and it blocks up.
Yeah.
It's stuck, so. They make
Okay.
different ones out there, but we have to have just use for concrete usually, so. Try to look at maybe something a little. Better.
Okay.
So. Get that trim.
Thanks. I appreciate those insights. I think a lot of people don't really know other than plowing streets and doing ditching, and but that's good to see. All right, any questions for Director Wilkowski? I will postpone the 5B until Don gets here. And we'll skip to 5C. Special Projects Administrator Dan Green.
Yeah, do you want me to give a report now, or do you want to wait till the sewer service area?
Do you have anything outside of that?
Not really. I mean, it'll relate to the comprehensive plan, which I think relates to the sewer service area amendment.
Okay.
So, and Don's here.
I'll
All drivers.
I've heard of trains before, but not plow drivers.
There's trains in Lisbon.
We're actually, we'll reopen 5B for utility district. Mr. Don Neitzel.
Just an FYI, I did put an updated packet just of the flow charts. This is just December, so I didn't reprint November because November is part of it. The original one you have has precipitation spiked really high for, I think, December. I think the calculation was done based on inches of snow and not inches of precipitation. So that's been corrected on this packet.
Yeah, the chart that we get the precipitation off of. Precipitation's one column, snowfall's another. She just grabbed the wrong number when she was putting in the spreadsheet for the chart to generate. If anybody needs a copy that didn't get one, let me know. I got additional ones. Any questions or should I proceed?
Yeah, you can just hit, are you gonna do each month or are you gonna put them together?
Yeah, I'll just go through my report like normal.
Okay.
So, So for the month of. Why is this? My report says December.
Yeah, it was in November and December.
I think,
Oh, I'm sorry, you got December in there.
yeah,
Okay. Do you want me to do both or you just want me to?
Yeah,
do-
we didn't have
Okay.
enough for a December meeting, so if you
Okay.
would.
So yeah,
Do November first and then we'll go to
so
December.
November flows, Janine lift station, the average flows are 20 gallons per month. And then for the month of October is 20 gallons, so there's really no change in terms of Janine. Plainview, same way, averaging 21 gallons per minute. And then Willow Springs, came up a little bit, 23 gallons per minute compared to 21, for the month of October. So that stuff stayed pretty much the same thing with the historicals. Up maybe just a little bit from what we've seen in 24 and about the same as what we've seen in 2023. Richmond School Lift Station for the month of November had 65.7 hours of runtime. About 32.9 hours on pump 1, 32.8 on pump 2, so everything looked pretty good there. Pumps 1 and 2 both average about 1.1 hours of runtime per day. There were 2 days, November 24th and 25th, where there were error readings, so they used the average for those days. In terms of the well readings for Richmond School, the school had 36,300 gallons of water used for November. Prior month was 39,500 gallons. It does fall below what we've seen in 23 and 24 in terms of water usage. Any questions of Richmond School? And moving on, for the month of November, fire station, water usage was 6,800 gallons. Prior month was 7,100, so about the same. And then Casey's, water usage for the month was 39,249, while October was 24,257. So there was a fairly decent jump in that. As I noted there, the usage for November was considerably higher than what it was in 24 and 23. So. So then jump into this month, for December, flows again remain pretty consistent, for Janine and Plainview. If anything, they dropped about a gallon per minute, each of them. Willow Springs, that went up a little bit. The flows were at 27 gallons per minute for Willow Springs, while it was 23 the month prior. And then I also noted historically, Janine and Plainview, were in line with what we'd seen the previous years, while Willow Springs was up a bit. Any questions on those three?
Was that stuff delivered for Richmond for the pump station?
The chemical?
Yeah,
The chemical is delivered. The issue was the pump was like air.
yeah, was that fixed up?
Yeah,
Fixed?
it was taken care of.
So it's running now?
Yep, yep, and actually we cranked it down.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Nick, you haven't heard anything else on that? Okay,
Just want to explain that process.
that's where the chemicals added to the lift station to take care of the odor, help address the odor issue. And what happened was, I think when they went to fill it the last time, the hose must have came out of the solution. So that pump got air in it, so it wasn't pumping anymore. It was pumping very little, just a drip. So I had them go back out there. They basically like reprimed the pump and got it to pump its normal amount again. But then we cranked the actual pumping rate down, just with it being the winter months. And we'll see if we get any complaints, but when we initially fired it back up, we did have it pumping at a little bit higher rate than what it historically had done prior. So kind of figuring that out. I mean, the less we have to use, the better to keep it under, keep the odor down. Any questions?
No. Thank you.
And moving on, Richmond School, for the month of December, that had 58.3 hours of runtime. 28.8 on pump one and 29.5 on pump two. Both of them average about an hour runtime per day. The well reading for the month at the school was 31,600 gallons. The month prior was 36,300. And that actually falls below what we saw in 23 and 2024. Any questions with Richmond School? Did you bring up our meeting, Dan, or do you want to address that under this?
We can probably do it under 6A.
Okay. Fire station. The water use for December was 6,900 gallons. Month prior was 6,800, so it remained the same. Everything with that remains in line with what we saw the prior years, except for the leaky toilet year. Casey's well, for December, it was 22,093. The month prior was 39,249. So I can follow up with them to see maybe what happened in November. If something got left on, they had a leaky toilet, I don't know, but I can check with them. But again, the water usage even for them was higher than what we had saw in 24 and in 2023. And the last thing I got in the report for December was Business Park East. The flow metering system is in. The only thing is they're waiting on We Energies to install a transformer for that.
They don't even do it this winter.
I need to find out. We Energies is supposed to contact the village to find out where we wanted it set. I don't know if you guys had heard anything.
I haven't received anything yet, but
Okay. I can follow up with We Energies to see where that's at, but I'm assuming they'd probably wait until
Yeah, because I thought we had them go off season so that we weren't gonna get stuck with the
With
winter
frost charges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least that's what our timing was.
I'll follow up with We Energies on that and see.
okay.
Any questions?
Nope.
I mean, cases isn't too far out of whack, because even when the faucet was left on, they were at
And that
two
might,
hundred plus thousand.
yeah, that's when that outside spigot got left
Yeah.
on.
So,
We have had a fair number of weather events that people might be just, washing their vehicles more. often
Right.
too, so.
Do you want me to follow up on it or just keep it?
I mean, I don't see any need. It's not like that, 200 plus thousand we saw for 2 months in
Yeah.
a row back, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was the same
24.
time as the fire station.
Yeah. I mean, unless anyone else sees different, I don't think it's worth the.
I
Okay,
think November was kind of mild in at least the beginning part of it, so you could just be a lot of car washes.
Yeah.
So.
okay.
All right, any questions for Don?
No.
All right, close that one. 6A, discussion necessary action regarding attorney opinions on options for ongoing I&I issues. Dan, you gonna kick that off?
Yeah, so just a quick update. Me and Don met with the Richmond School, the superintendent, and their forget the name of the other gentleman that was there, but we discussed, the issues, the I&I issues that the letter addressed. They've stated that they're going to televise their system. They're going to work with us and figure out where the issues are. We did talk a little bit about, whether they had a grease trap or not, and what they were putting in their system. They stated that they maybe had one event where they said they may have somebody accidentally dumped grease. But they also stated that they had a grease trap.
Correct.
So,
Yep.
so we don't know what happened there, but
Something doesn't smell.
They have a grease trap, but they say they don't prepare any food at the school. They said it's all brought in and
Yeah.
pre-prepared. So he says they never use it, therefore they
Well,
never inspect it.
Looking at that picture, somebody's putting something in there.
He had said there was some, I don't remember,
Was it-
some experiment or they were some class was trying to make lava or something. He said all that got dumped down the drain and he said he felt that's what led to the foaming.
that's right.
So he didn't think it should be an issue anymore.
So
That was coming from
we'll
the
keep
maintenance.
looking at it, you know, and see if this keeps popping up, because since then we've used that chemical agent can break down and clean that grease out. But so from Richmond school end, it sounds like they're going to comply and they're going to come up with a plan to go through all of their system. I think they had said that they televised a portion of it
They
back,
did.
you know, a few years ago. And so now, so they're going to go through their whole system. And then I did get Willow Springs got back to me. They stated in the spring they're also going to work on televising their system and figure out where their issues are. So we'll follow up with them once we get into, you know, mid-March, late March, once things start thawing out. And hopefully we get plans submitted by then so that we know that they're working on it.
And one of the important parts of that is to make sure that it is being done during like rainy season.
yeah.
So that they understand that, don't wait till the middle of July to
When you
do
don't
it.
see anything.
Yeah, and I think we had talked about that with
Yeah,
the
when the
school at
best time
least.
is, yep.
So Willow Springs, I'll follow up with Willow Springs to make sure that's done at the ideal time as well.
It'd be nice if each of those entities submitted to the village their plan before they went ahead and did it. So they don't complain when they submit the report and we say, well, you gotta do this and this and everything else. So we get a-
That's how the letter states that we want to
Okay.
plan before they actually execute. So
And that's what we discussed with them.
Okay, so they understand that. Do it twice.
Any questions on 6A? No action?
The one
Yeah.
thing I was gonna bring up with Willow Springs was, I just talked with Dan about this today, is the flow meter, the electrical service for that is out. So I talked about that with Sussex. He had Next Electric come in and look at it. The power for that actually comes from a building on Willow Springs site. So they looked at it, the breaker wasn't tripped, and it sounded like somewhere out in the line between the building and the flow meter. They felt there must have been a break in the conduit. They tried pushing fish tape and it wouldn't go, so. It's either replace the service to that building or set a service out there actually by the flow meter, but
yeah,
Dan and I
I've looked through every agreement contract that we have under sewer and I can't find anything that shows whether they're responsible or we're responsible. So my thought is it's their building. They're probably the ones responsible. So
okay, I'll let Dustin know that tomorrow.
Sure.
Any questions on that?
And we don't get a separate bill for that, do we?
no, we don't. They must be paying for the energy bill for that flow meter because we don't have it.
Okay,
All right, discussion necessary action regarding status update on lift stations. Dan? You want to do that?
I'll let Don take this one. I don't have anything on this.
I didn't have anything either.
I think that's.
Think we just leave it.
Is that just a,
Agenda item.
yeah.
Throw it on there just because,
So-
if we're gonna do, if you want to discuss that chemical. That,
Oh, yeah, I guess that was also brought up with the Richmond School, and their request is that if we could wait till 27 to do it because they haven't budgeted for it. They understand that they're gonna have to pay for a major portion of that. Me and Don's discussion was it hasn't been done in a year, maybe ever. So I don't know that 1 year of waiting is really gonna make a difference, but we could also. We also want to see how the sewer service area shapes up too, whether or not like this is going to be a long-term solution or not. But I guess that'll be up to you guys if you want to try and push it for 26, but you might get pushback from Richmond School because they didn't have it budgeted or planned. So
what is that cost?
I don't have anything.
in the 30s. I think it was the first option, I think was closer to 50 for the ice picking, and then the chemical agent was just the chemical, I think was like 30 grand. So it's not cheap.
Well, we should endeavor to get cost proposals for that before Labor Day. So they have no reason to not put it in their budget in October for 27. Okay, what year is it?
We budgeted our utility this year for it, correct?
No, we didn't.
Just that other chemical that we already put in?
Yeah, just the odor agent.
All right.
The other issue with the chemical one is we have to check with Sussex to make sure that it's okay on there and that we're putting it in, and then the logistics of hauling it all out once it goes through their system, so. There's still a little bit of legwork that has to be done to determine if we can even do it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that if. All right, anything else on that one?
Does Richmond understand that whichever way it's decided to go on that force main, that there's no guarantee it's going to work?
We didn't really have that and go that deep into the discussion. It was,
But I just think somehow or another, we should alert them to that fact, because the money could be spent and it doesn't work because it just isn't working. And then they come back and say, well, why should we pay for it? Because it didn't work. Too bad, so sad. I'm just trying to cover all the loose ends on this thing.
I'll note that. Thanks.
Thank you.
6C, discussion necessary action regarding sewer service area amendment. This is an ongoing thing. Dan, do you have any updates from the project?
So Foth is gonna come to the planning commission meeting to discuss, they call it focus area 1 of 5 focus areas for the sewer amendment that we're working on. The sewer service area, or the focus area 1, is around the Richmond school area. Currently, they have a map they're gonna propose to the planning commission that shows the current sewer service area as it relates to Sussex, and then a proposed new watershed area, which would expand that boundary and get plan commissions, get their opinions on whether or not that service area meets what they were looking for, if they want it changed, if they want the lines drawn a certain way. And then they're gonna see if that's what plan commission wants them to move forward with. They're not going to talk too much about density or feasibility or that'll come later, but right now they just want to keep moving forward with what they think is the best watershed area based on topography, based on vacant lands, and based on the development that we have. So that'll be next week. And then at that meeting, I'll probably talk to Orin or Tom to see when we can get an update from them at this committee. So, but for now, I think they more so just want some direction from Plan Commission, because they're going to be the ones that are working on the comprehensive plan as well. So they'll get a better idea of, what area what best works, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Any questions on?
If you want a copy of that map, it'll be part of the plan commission packet. So maybe I'll have Elisa CC the whole utility committee on that too, so you guys can take a look.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
That's the 28th, correct?
Whatever the weekend
Wednesday,
today
next
is.
Wednesday,
yeah.
the 20th. I'm going for you.
And that map will also have a staff report. I don't have the report from Tom yet, but that'll probably give a lot more insight than what I gave on what he's looking for. So
6D, discussion necessary action regarding possible future updates to sewer service code, ongoing issue. If any committee members have additions they want to suggest.
At this time,
I do.
Yes.
I think we really need to talk about these grinder pumps and the cost of it, because it's suggested now is that the district pays from July 1st, 2020, anything before then. After that, a homeowner pays it, if I'm understanding this correctly, because I know you were involved in that, Ed. Is that your meaning of that? Your interpretation?
what are you talking to?
Oh, I'm sorry, this right here.
Yeah, we haven't, whatever was
Someone
approved by
made
the
some
village board
suggestions.
was,
Someone had made some suggestions that you had met with Dan, you told me.
yeah, I can't see. I have to pull it up on.
Okay, I can read notes there if it's easier.
I'll pull it up.
Okay, all right, because it's page 9 of 22. I just think something needs to be done. And I'm not saying exactly what. I have some suggestions and I think we need to talk about that. Do you want to talk about that at a separate meeting, you know, you Dan, like you did before? I would be more happy to do that and have some suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, we can certainly talk through it if you have suggestions for, the next meeting, if you want to have a certain
I would like that.
verbiage
Yes,
added, and then we can
yes.
discuss.
That please.
I think the main reason we're putting it on hold is because of the work that both is doing, not necessarily because
Right.
we don't want to open this up. We just want to open it up and make sure that the changes we make, we're not going to have to change again in
Exactly.
6 or 8 months.
You said it's gonna take a while though.
It'll probably take, 6 to 8 months for
8
us to
months.
really dive into the code. So,
All right, thank you.
but in the meantime, yeah, we can meet and talk about.
Perfect, I would like to do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
New business, 7A, discussion necessary action regarding sewer hookup options for LSBT 0193.017. All right, so Dan, you want to kick this off? This is a sewer
Yeah.
hookup request for Gulfview Road, a few options presented.
Yeah, so the I don't know if it was the owner or the potential owner reached out to me and was looking at how they could potentially get hooked up to the sewer system. Whether that was a feasible option or whether they had to look for other routes like a septic tank. He did inform me that the ground is not going to perk for a septic tank, so this would be the only option. So I provided a few options that I discussed with with Don and what had I think been brought up to the sewer the sanitary district back, I don't know, in 2001 when this first came up. And so we priced out 2 different options, and both of these options would involve other property owners as well. And it would be basically one would be extending a sewer main 400 feet to taking care of Bramble Drive, and then also extending sorry, a sewer a force main north along Gulf Avenue and hit 2 other lots plus the lot that's in question. The other option would be just to, and I think that was the intent, to get the whole area on sewer. Although I'm not sure, and Don, maybe you have some recollection as to which of the homes on Bramble do have sewer currently. I know I looked at a map that had that corner parcel had plans to be on sewer, so I don't know if those already are, but they're just on separate force mains. We did talk, however, that there is a couple of homes on Gulfview Lane that already have separate force mains and grinder pumps that then connect to the main that is just north of the curve on Gulfview Lane.
Yeah, it's be lot number 11. They have their own, and the lot just south of that, I guess, be lot 12.
Mhm.
They both, from what I remember of this, they both have their own force mains, private grinders and force mains that run down to the gravity sewer. So when this was brought up to the sanitary district to provide to the lot 10, the vacant lot, there was discussion at that time, the sanitary district wasn't interested in allowing another private force main to go in the ditch. They would rather see it run on the road, which then would require the developer or builder to repave the whatever portion of the street they mess up. So then that's where the sanitary district asked us to look at these other options of putting central grinder stations in to serve the remaining lots in there that currently aren't on sewer. So that's where these estimates came from. They were just updated for this last request. That's all they were. But so there are a couple of private force mains that are running the ditch right now.
Good God almighty.
Yeah,
Keep
so
paying for the sins of our forefathers.
so that's where the options come in, and any one of the the ones where you're gonna be looking at either serving 3 homes or 11 homes, you're gonna be looking at a special assessment that'll have to go to all of the property owners involved. And if lot 11 has its own force main, we would still have to special assess them, and then I would assume abandon whatever force main that they have currently and then be put into our system. So you might get some pushback from folks that are asking to pay for a special assessment when they already are hooked up to sewer.
Service.
Who paid for the original force main installation? Was that on the property owner?
Yeah.
We know that for a fact.
And it's an assumption.
Sewer, they were probably wouldn't build.
Well,
Probably.
I don't believe anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I mean,
And I don't know when these
Yeah.
force mains, I don't know if it was probably way before you were here, so.
Right.
if we're gonna do anything out here, we need to do it the right way and clean up these messes instead of prolonging a disaster.
I just needed clarification, I guess, Dan. Because when I read over the notes and went over everything, we're looking at parcel 0193.017, which is the one in the blue.
Right.
You're talking about the one in the 11.
No,
They have service today.
this one.
This one, yeah. Oh, I thought
I'm
this-
just saying that a solution would be to have one, I guess it would be a force main that would connect to a shared grinder pump that would then serve 3 properties, including the empty one or the vacant one. But the issue is I brought up 11 because they are already connected to sewer in their own private force main
That's
and
fine.
grinder pump.
Okay,
That's what, yeah.
okay.
I don't think we wanna have a shared grinder. I mean, that's absolutely a disaster of a disaster.
No. And I believe this was a property that was on the market 2 years ago, this lot, if I'm correct, if my memory serves me correctly. And the buyer walked because of the issue that we had. It was checked into. The lot owner wanted to go past, he wanted to go, let me see, north, past next to the neighbor on 018. And the neighbor didn't want him going on their land. And that was the issue, if I remember correctly at the time. So it was just kind of dropped. The buyer walked and sitting there. It's non-buildable lot. And I don't believe that they can put in their own septic system, their own mount. You can't put a mount system. Can you put a holding tank? No, you can't. It's not permissible. So it seems to me that the neighbor next door has sewer, and they didn't want them coming across their land in the culvert. So there has to be something done with it. When I added up all these expenses, I just thought, have these homeowners even been told? When you do option 1, it's $29,363 per household, as we know right now. Option 2 is $26,600 per household right now, as we know the costs. It's kind of overwhelming, so I agree with you. So if something's gonna be done, we need to do it all at one time. Because these costs, these homeowners are just going to be overwhelmed. I would be if I was a homeowner staring at that. Who wouldn't be? So, if you can check into that, I believe the homeowner didn't want him going across his land, and the developer didn't want to go in the road or something like that, like you said.
I had told Dan, from what I remembered at the time,
Yeah.
Linda, with the sanitary district, you guys had an issue with another force main going in the ditch because of
Right.
the cover, or somebody put it right underneath the driveway culvert, some issue that way.
How it was allowed there, no idea.
So then we talked about it having to go down the road, and then at that point, the developer wasn't interested because of the street
Yeah,
patching costs, so.
sure.
So then we were back to either in the right of way, or you guys asked this idea of having different publicly owned grinder pumps that they could run laterals to, so.
I wouldn't, I myself am not in favor of that.
And
Well,
the
that-
main
That's why
can't,
we never did anything with it.
I know.
and the gravity sewer can't be extended, or the main can't because of the elevation, correct?
On Gulfview for sure, I mean, that the manhole where it stops today, that's not a grade where it is, On Bramble, we could extend it. I think we had 400 foot of gravity we could get in there yet before I think we're getting too shallow.
But that doesn't help this lot.
No, doesn't help that lot.
Mm-mm.
So the current manhole stops at manhole one.
That's where it stops on Bramble. Manhole 2 down at the bottom of the page, that's where it stops on Gulfview today.
And there, you can't get gravity to manhole 2.
Not from manhole 2 up to 10, no. Up to lot 10, no. Like I say, at manhole 2, that's as shallow as we can get to pick up any more homes.
How far down we'd have to go before we can get it?
We never even went that far to look how far we'd have to go to relay everything.
I mean,
I mean,
eventually,
I could definitely do that. We got enough information, I could tell you that.
well, eventually, all these lots in this area are gonna have to be sewered. So the question is, how do we fix the existing situation? How far, I guess, south we have to go on to the next, I mean, put a gravity sewer in. I think that needs to be looked at next.
I can have that for next month.
You're saying go south of manhole two?
I don't know, without having a system map to see where
You'd go back and look at sewer farther down in the system to see if there's any grade that we can pick up by,
I mean, we
sewer's
got
laid up a
sewers
hill
out
and they got
there
it at a
4
steeper
feet deep,
grade.
which should never have been allowed. So the question is, how do we fix this thing and do it the right way? And the next thing is, how far down do we have to go till we've got a relay part of this? And
But I mean, if everything in this area is laid at minimum grade, then there's no real chance of going back and picking anything up, but
well, somebody
that's
should
what's
be able
gotta be determined.
Yeah, look
Right.
at the system map in a few minutes, figure
Yeah.
out what we have to do.
Yeah, I can have that for next month in practice.
So you're talking about going down south of manhole 2,
Yeah,
and then if you have to bury the pipe deeper
Deeper,
so
yeah.
that you get.
Yeah, how far down do we have to go? And can we pick up enough depth here to take care of this whole thing?
you basically have to get up to where you can pick up to lot 7.
And then you're talking about laterals and the main.
Yeah.
And everything.
Doing it the right way, because if we can do it by gravity, it's gonna end up being cheaper than somebody
sure.
out there with their grinder pumps, because they're gonna end up paying for the grinder pumps anyway.
Yeah, I'll look at that. I'll have in the packet.
I mean, these people also have to understand that if for one reason, if they wanna put a mound on whatever lot that is on 17, that's still gonna cost them $30,000 for a mound. So you're not, if you have to pay $30,000 to hook up to public sewer versus a mound, it's the same amount of money in relative terms, so why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, and the property owners and the buyers are here tonight, but and I don't know that isn't even a question for them. I don't think that they would have an issue with it. I think you're looking at getting the rest of the subdivision notified and on board with a special assessment that could be very costly.
Cause if we can get a sewer down Gulfview, sufficient depth to pick these lots up, then there's no question, they've gotta hook up. I mean, that's the way that it is.
Sure.
So, but we gotta see where we are first, come up with this. Do we have a solution, Don, that we can do this or not? We don't know that tonight.
But we also don't want to just, so is there any other properties in the subdivision that are not connected? Because to me, if you're gonna do it, let's look at all of the homes that are not connected.
Yes.
Right. That's
Well-
what I mean. If we're gonna do this, you'd wanna make sure you could get up to lot 7 and make sure you could pick them up, cause you're not gonna reach them off of Bramble anymore.
Well, and is there anything on Carberry that, I mean,
Right,
they're all
right.
connected? Yeah,
right.
just so. If we're going to be. Like, to Joe's point, if we're gonna look at fixing it, let's look at the big picture to fix it.
Yep.
So we need a mini sewer study of this general area to see what we can do.
And we'll have to check the records to see, the people that put in their own force mains, did they at least pay I would assume they paid the hookup fee or the connection fee. So then they're going to get special assessed again after, I don't know if you know, if they probably paid just the connection fee just to hook up to Sussex sewer. I
So are those
You're gonna-
force mains in the right of way or are they outside of the right of way?
believe they're in the ditch and.
My understanding they're in the right of way.
Does anybody locate them?
That was my point back in 21 is when this guy goes to put his own in, if he hits his neighbors, it's wasn't the sanitary district's issue, it's on them. And you're not gonna know there.
And how did he ever put it in there without a permit?
Well, they were given permits, I think, but
Yeah,
You didn't know what happened in the beginning.
it's like
I
playing
wasn't
5 card
involved.
stud. Yeah, I need 3 more cards. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we've gotta, we could do that. Mr. Chairman, I think that'd be the next logical step.
I do too.
We gotta figure out what we can do when we grow up.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
I'm not doing anything. We just gotta,
I know, but
We got a
suggest
mess.
we have to do that.
Can I ask a question? Related to that possible?
Mm,
Mhm.
You,
okay.
yeah, we can talk to you
After the
after,
meeting.
but technically we can't
Okay,
have conversations with you during the meeting.
no problem.
So, Don, you said that you should be able to have more information. Would you have that in time for the next meeting or for March?
I'll have it for the packets.
Perfect.
okay. News at 11.
Make Motion or have any action?
Yeah, I guess, I don't think there's any action to take other than,
Direct the engineer to
You know,
Well, we'll just bring it back.
come up
next-
with some answers,
yeah.
some options. Okay,
Alright, 7B, discussion necessary action regarding stop sign placement in Lake 5 Farm subdivision.
yeah, this is just an FYI. I know that we talked at the last meeting that we had about, you know, this committee reviewing stop signs in subdivisions just to make sure that we're not neglecting to install appropriate signage. So I just have a map of Lake 5 Farms and where we're proposing to have stop signs. One is on Meisner Way, obviously going to Lake 5 Road. One would be coming off Lake 5 Road on Meisner Way as it approaches Sunflower Pass. And then the last one would be the stop sign on Sunflower Pass as it approaches Meadow Bliss Drive. We didn't think that Pinewood Court or any of the courts would really merit a subdivision because there's only 4 homes coming off of those courts and they're, you know, they're not streets. They're just basically the cul-de-sac and that's that. So just, it's more of an FYI, but if there's any input or any questions or concerns, Nick is here and he'll take your consideration.
that was Miss Gaines' idea. I think that was a great idea. We need to see these and maybe head and see from branch commission.
Is the planning commission seeing this as well?
I
They
mean,
don't review
typically
these.
not. They review the plats, but I think they really leave it up to staff and the engineer to review and determine where the stop sign placements are.
We never see this thing.
I know that we
Yeah.
usually don't, but it was
Yeah, no,
being
it's a good
oversight.
question, but no, we don't.
Yeah, I mean, if it was up to me, I'd rather take it to this committee than plan commission if I'm going to take it to a committee because.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I do too.
Be more effective. Okay.
All right.
Are you still getting calls about this though, Dan? People.
Well, this subdivision isn't built, but the point is we want to stay ahead of it so that, you know, we don't get calls, but no, I haven't received any lately on any subdivisions.
They got homes going up in there.
Yeah,
So
Good.
Meisner is the ingress and then a stop sign, or is that for traffic on?
It's both ways. It's going on to Lake 5 and one going on the interior street.
you're stopping the roads that,
Metal Bliss, Sunflower have rearranged and what they want. And then those stop signs at Meisner Way and Metal Bliss / Sunflower Pass and Sunflower Pass and Metal Bliss, they'll each have cross traffic does not stop sign, stop signs, just so people know that. Should, seems like.
You're gonna have flashing lights so that they look at it.
Have the rumble strips too.
Speed humps.
No speed. There we go.
Make a motion to remove Jane King.
Yes. Can I escort her to her vehicle? You evil.
Surprised Nick didn't throw the brick in his pocket.
Here.
All right,
Merry
any
Christmas,
objections to
Mr.
that
President.
plan? Do you need a motion on? that?
No,
Staff direction? All right, 7C, discussion necessary action regarding whether to repair failed grinder pumps versus purchase a new pump. Dan, you picking that one up?
yeah, so we got quotes from Wisconsin Pump Works. We brought we had a failed grinder pump, FYI, that needed to be replaced. So we did our swap of the pumps that we had on the shelf. We took this one to get repaired. The damage or the repair was over $2,100. Based on the report that we got from Wisconsin Pump Works, it didn't seem to be any case of negligence on the property owner. It was a pump that was, I believe it was 14 years old when I did the replacement schedule. And so if you read the quote, it talks about just the bearings being rusty, the housing being deteriorated, that sort of thing. So in any case, the repair cost would be $2,100. To purchase a new pump would be just over $3,000. So my recommendation would be just spend the extra $900 and get a new pump and have that ready.
That would give us one spare then, right?
Yeah.
We have, what do we have today? Right. Okay,
What's
so
the-
this would give
Yeah,
us
We
two.
have,
Correct.
we've always had.
Okay, so we would have today, if we bought a new one, we would have one refurbished and one new. Okay,
Of what brand?
You.
Both?
okay, yeah, yes.
We don't have any spares for that other, what's that other brand that we have? Yeah,
Oh, we got one.
Other brand line.
They're different.
I know they're different.
Yeah.
So we got one low and two grinder pumps.
Okay, so that would give, that what I'm getting at, that would, if we, regardless of what we do, we would have two spares, which I think is what we need. We can't live on just one, because you know what's gonna happen. Two of them are gonna go out on the same weekend. I would make a motion to buy a new one and put that in stock and then, if one went, the next one that went out, I would use the refurbished one.
That would be the plan, yeah.
So I'll make that motion.
Hold up, or you can make it, but I just want to ask one clarifying question. So are we gonna, the one that's in for repair right now, are we gonna repair it as well?
No,
No.
so that one's part of the parted out, I'm sure it's scrapped. They want to be a brand new one.
Are we gonna bring that back in-house just to have in case? Yeah,
No.
Why wouldn't you do that in case you need a part off of it or?
Because we're not in the park.
Yeah, we don't repair those. We don't know.
I know we don't repair them, but is it better just to bring it back so we have it, and then if we ever choose to get it, like, say the refurbished one goes out,
Mhm.
can we then send our waiting to be repaired one in?
I mean, I guess, but you're still gonna have the same problem of, do we pay $2,200 to get it repaired or buy a new one for $3,000? So in my opinion, it's just a hunk of metal you have laying around, but
Jane's got a comment.
Yes.
So I think we should come up with a policy or guiding document for them. I don't believe that we should be rehabbing pumps that are, if the cost of repair is more than half the cost of the new one.
Yeah.
I think that should be a determining factor. If it's gonna, because if you only get like half a life out of it, or I just think it's a policy decision that we give them a guidance or come up with some percentage. So that they can just go ahead and get it fixed. I don't think that has to come back here every time if we can just figure out what that is.
I think the hard part is if, I mean, 6 years ago, the prices weren't this similar, so.
How much is how, are we gonna get a bill from these guys for looking at the pump they have? Okay, Cause that plays into this then too.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly with Jane. Half is a good criteria. And if, one goes down and we take that one back, we give it back to those guys, they take a look at it and say, well, it's gonna cost $1,500 or $2,000, a new one's $3,000. We're gonna know it.
And not every repair is the same. The last one was only like 400,
Yeah.
so that was easy decision, but
Yep.
this one.
As
What
long
I
as
want-
they're gonna look at them for us and not charge them for
I
it.
think we should do a visual look around and I think they just put them in dump tanks. And they plug their stuff into and then they'll be able to check.
It shouldn't take them that
holes and
much,
all the
yeah.
voltage and everything, and
I mean, if they wanna charge us a couple $100 to look at a pump, I don't have any problem paying that. I mean, labor's gotta be paid. But I don't wanna pay $1,000 to look at a pump for them to tell us it's a piece of junk.
And they
No.
do good work, they deliver them, they pick them up.
Okay.
and everything, so They do good work with everything, so.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I was just reflecting on our other vendor we had, and those pumps were like $4,500 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna go down.
But no, they did though. That's some of the pricing today is not what they were.
Well, when we went when we had developed, put in a new pump, that was like $6,800.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
those
where
were
it's
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why we never put
But
it.
we're talking about a pump supplier versus a contractor.
Yeah.
That's what the difference is.
Mhm.
So.
I'm in agreement with you.
And there's no tariff on these, so they're made in the USA, yep, upstate New York.
Thanks, Joe.
So can I ask a clarifying question?
Go ahead.
Is everyone of the mind that we should create that policy?
We haven't voted on it
We
yet.
haven't
I made a
voted on it
motion.
yet. There was no motion on that. I'm just wondering
Yeah.
if that's something that you want staff to look into to bring back for review at a future
No.
meeting? Or is that something you
Sure,
just
well-
want to discuss?
Do it now.
Let's pull it up on 8 then.
Okay.
Just so we're keeping in line. So I didn't mean to cut your motion off. Do you want to make that?
No,
Go ahead.
make a motion to buy a new pump. And to use that as number 2 in our stock
With a cost?
at a cost of whatever
Not
this
to
is.
exceed.
No, it's a cost of $3,028.
All right, motion's been made by Mr. Everly.
Don't we need in there not to exceed though? Or are you putting out not to exceed?
No, because we still got labor to do it, so that's gonna be in excess of this, so I'm talking about buying a new pump for $3,028.
Correct. I'll second that. Any further discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries 5-0. Item 8, I'll throw that out there, put direct staff to,
Create a policy to replace 50% or more of cost
yes.
and bring back at a future meeting for review. The other items that I have would be A through D of unfinished business coming back for status updates.
Yes,
And then we've got for 7A for the sewer hookup options. Don's gonna bring more information to February, so that'll come back. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
if we could get that as fast as we could done, so we get a chance to look at before the meeting.
Yeah, it'll be in the packets. Yep.
And I'm sorry, did you keep on there about the code?
Yep,
I just
Yep.
want to make sure.
so that one was,
Six D.
Yeah.
6A through D, those are all gonna come back.
gotcha, thank you.
Those are kind of our standing topics.
Yeah, thank you.
Because
Wonderful.
Item 9, adjournment, looking
back
for
in
motion.
21, they also.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded
Yeah, they
by
looked at doing that.
I'll second.
Jane, all,
They didn't-
any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay.
559.
Carries at
I got 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Okay, whatever, I'm looking at this piece of junk.
If you guys wanted to make a comment, just please be mindful, we can't make a quorum, so if you